Now, when I started watching this new cartoon series called Chicago Party Ants, that I really wasn't sure what I'm expecting. Not because it's sort of a family kind of Family Guy clone, because it felt like a Family Guy clone. It looked like a Family Guy clone. It feels cheap. And on top of this is based on a Twitter, and all this combination did not give me high hopes watching this series, because when I started watching, I've been sort of kind of sarcastic because, oh yeah, you have a main character who is basically Peter Griffin, but move him to Chicago and make him a woman. And over a 50s, 60s-year-old woman who actually just referenced a lot of 80s stuff. In fact, the whole thing feels something like John Candy type of film. And that actually kind of threw me off, because later on it was a John Candy sort of type of inspiration animated series. Because if you watch John Candy films, John Candy films has a sort of style that's sort of, yeah, average Joe, super nice, but he's sort of kind of like be a loudmouth, or someone who is sort of an average Joe. And yet that they approach this series, because think of it as Peter Griffin, who has sort of consequences, but at the same time realize he had to sort of grow up or deal with other things, realize he's a full of shit. Yeah, that's what Party Ant actually is, because it's sort of kind of realizing, but at the same time you have other characters bouncing on with other characters. That doesn't make sense, but anyway, how to describe it? Think of it as sort of uh, Peter Griffin lived with his nephew, but her nephew is sort of, I don't want to say awoke. He's sort of aware, because I don't like awoke stuff, but they do focus on awoke, but never really attached to it. It's almost like, yeah, this kid's the zoomer. He's sort of, oh, this and that, oh, you shouldn't do that, but he doesn't really do that focus. He's like in that genre, that group, but it's more like, I'm barely getting out of high school. I don't know who he is, and he's sort of forced to be the perfect son. But I love it. This character is basically not sure who he is, and her aunt is sort of helping him to figure out who he really is. Because you find Daniel talking to his mom, because his mom is sort of a helicopter mom. She had planned everything, his job, his life, who he's marrying, and Daniel, he's sort of scared. He doesn't know what to do. Too, he's kind of meeting with his aunt and actually tells him that the thing you want or not. But we realize, uh, Daniel's aunt, she's a wild animal. She is a woman that, honestly, I know people like her. She is sort of that kind of party animal, unresponsible, doesn't have filter. She sings whatever she wants, but at the same time, it's a character you can actually rely on. If shit hits the fan, she's the one who has the guns. Like, okay, stick them up. We get it out here slowly. Nobody gets hurt, and that's what type of person she is. She's the one who sticks up with people, or put her nose to other people, but at the same time just chillax, relax, have fun in life. Life is too short to take serious. And I like her about that, because I thought I hate her because of her voice, how she is. So much reminding me of uh Peter Griffin from Family Guy, but once more, she is not a Peter Griffin ripoff. She is his own character. She is what maybe a lot of Chicago people act at a certain age. I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. You've been in Chicago. You live in Chicago. There are people like her in Chicago. I'd really like to know. But besides that, this is what made me surprised, because animation, adult animation, they never really take shows seriously. They just a bunch of fart jokes, throwing references, but never really do the medium any meaning. Especially sitcoms like Family Guy, South Park, or The Simpsons. But this one actually pushes it, actually tries to make you like all the characters. And that's the thing, it's just so wonderful, because you do get attached to these characters. You do like him. Believe me, in the first episode, you kind of like, I'm not sure this is for me, but I have no choice. In fact, this is the reason why I did not review this automatically. I took my time. I mean, I tried to avoid, like, maybe I shouldn't review this because I just didn't want to. But when I started watching, I actually kind of fell with love, because it's sort of comfort, interesting and relatable, because how and the ant how she is. You think she sort of that person who just should grow up, be more responsible, but at the same time, she kind of is when she needs to. That's the type of woman that you don't want to talk to, but at the same time, you start talking to, you just realize she has a lot of experience. She has a lot of life experience to tell you, like, that's okay, be cool, be whatever you want. Like, that type of aunt you have, or uncle, or cousin, like, let's face it, someone has someone like that in the family. Like, she's loud and aggressive, but at the same time, she knows what to say in the moment. You just sort of surprises you, like, I kind of glad I actually have you as a relative or a friend I know. Yeah, that's a type of person you like, especially how she talked to his nephew, Daniel, that he's lost and not sure what to do, especially how his mother's so controlling. And she tells him, just chill. I mean, doesn't really matter. You're very young. You waste some time a little bit and just actually focus. Look at me. I'm still a mess, but once more, I live in my life the best. And that's kind of comforting. That's what I love. It's just super comforting. And also, I'm twice as more surprised as Daniel is a gay character. But I love it they never like shouts it out like, oh my god, look at him, he's gay. No, he's sort of a character. He's normal, just a person who maybe like guys, but that's the thing. Is his character is not being gay. He's a character. Because every time they make a cartoon, a character gay, they automatically ship him, automatically don't really fully develop a character. That's the problem making gay characters now. Like, everyone want to be the woke points and realizing the only way to make a gay character likable or interesting while shipping him is focus on his character, what the character wants, who he wants to be, what character type he is he. And that I enjoy because they focus on, yes, I'm a person. I have a personality. I have other interests. And that's the thing I enjoy. He's trying to figure it out with her aunt. Even with her Daniel's mom, who is also very interesting because she has controlling issues and trying to move on and she doesn't know what to do. And I love it. This show divides episode of three stories. The A plot is her aunt. The B story is Daniel, and the third C story is actually Daniel's mom. You can see how they interact, how they sort of trust themselves, and how they hate each other. They don't like their dirty habits, in other words, and that is sort of fascinating because it kind of force you to understand them, force you to like them, force to be relate to them, and that is kind of hard to do with adult cartoons because the adult cartoons, especially comedy cartoons, they only focus on the joke, not on the character, not to be that character relatable, like try to understand who they actually are. And that's I appreciate so much. This is the reason why I like Netflix because sometimes they throw us in the wall and I'm not sure it'd be a good thing or bad thing, especially this show because honestly people were complaining, especially animation fans, because how the animation is not the best. I mean, it's well competent, but you have a little moments like, yeah, no, yeah, I kind of wish they had a little bit more better budget. But what's more, it wasn't that bad. It's passable. It's likable, and I just hope you have the chance to watch it and at least convince someone to watch the show because it is good. Of course, just be warned, the first episode is sort of rough till you get halfway to the episode. You just realize, wow, actually, this actually has talent because the characters are well written. Hilarious is up to you because comedy is sort of subjective. But once more, I don't think you have to worry about the comedy that much because the characters are just very relatable and interesting, especially the situation they are. You love it. They make that sure to make them likable, make them relatable, and that's the whole point. If you don't like the comedy, the character will probably win you in, or it doesn't tell me down below. In fact, I want to know whoever watched this, how you felt watching this. You think it's good? You think it's bad? Yeah, I recommend watch these 2-3 episodes, or at least two to maybe convince you to watch the series. I don't know, but I got really nothing else to say. Just thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and have a wonderful day. Bye.